Nick Osychenko is joining us from Zaporizhia, Ukraine. He is the CEO of Mariupolskoe TV, and that is a station in Mariupol. Nick, I'm so glad that you and your family were able to escape safely. How did you manage to leave Mariupol, and can you describe what the journey was like to get out of there?
Hi, Lana. Hi, all of the people of United States, of California, of any state. Yeah. Why we was decided? I'm sorry for my English. It's not so well as yours. Yeah, but I think it's better than your Ukrainian.
Certainly.
We decided to leave Mariupol in 15th of March because today's. Earlier, our house was not totally, but a little bit destroyed by missile attacks from the planes, which exploded in 80 meters of our house. All of the windows, all of the doors was knocked off. Yeah, it was destroyed. And in Mariupol in March is something about like in the winter. So if you have -7 on the street, you have -7 in your home. Mm-hmm. And we have children, we have old guys with us, and actually something about 2.5 weeks. We don't have had any electricity, water, warm in our homes. We don't have a cell phone line, cell phone net. We don't have a gas. We don't have food. We don't have water. So we decided to escape. And I think it was the best decision which I made in March. Yeah. So I saved my family. I saved my kid. I saved my wife. I saved her parents. I saved my granddaughter. Yeah, and so on, so on, so on. I saved many people, and I think it was a very good decision.
Nick, a police officer in Mariupol says that the city has been wiped off the face of the earth. Tell us, why is Russia targeting your city so heavily?
I think it's a question not for me, it's a question for Russia. Yeah, we don't understand. Actually, right now I was writing a news in digital resources of my channel, and one of the news was Russia each day makes something about 200 flights with planes and the helicopters in Ukraine. And from these 200 flights, 100 is going to Mariupol. As you can see in your pictures, there is no buildings in the city which are not exposed, which have even one window with the glasses. And it's very many dead bodies of civilians on the streets.
Just laying there in the streets. Nick, given how Putin has waged a war against the free press, you were mentioning reading the latest reports. What are conditions like for journalists like yourself trying to report from Ukraine?
I don't know what to ask for what to answer. Yeah, because conditions for the journalist. If I actually understand your questions, condition for the journalist in Mariupol is no conditions at all. Conditions for journalists in Ukraine, it's okay. As you can see, I'm talking with you. It's okay.
Nick, given that you are a journalist and Vladimir Putin is waging a war not just against Ukrainians, but also against the free press specifically, Tell us anything more that you can about what conditions are like for journalists like yourself trying to report from Ukraine. And was that a particular worry for you as you were trying to leave Mariupol?
Look, in Ukraine, with conditions for the journalists, everything good. But in Mariupol, I think no. When we are escaping from the city, I must destroy my press card. Yeah, I hide my phone with. I'm talking with you right now. Yeah, I hide it in the car. So I prayed the God, to no one can see my face before. So I understanding that if someone can tell them that he is CEO of TV channel, of Ukrainian TV channel, it will be.
Wow. Nick, I so appreciate you taking that risk then and speaking with us, showing your face. We are joining you in those prayers that you and your family remain safe. I also want to ask you about the bombed art school that was sheltering Ukrainians. Is there anything more that you can tell us about recovery efforts? We know that there were hundreds there at that art school of civilians.
Look, I saw the news about the bombing of art school, but I don't found the proofs. I don't found any photos, and my people, my journalists, which are in Mariupol right now, they wasn't there. So I think I hope it's a fake. I hope it can be a fake, because in this art school actually something about I think 500 or 600 people can be, and of these hundreds of people, I think something about 100 or 200 kids. Yeah. So if it's not fake, it's terrible. Yeah. But for now, I don't have the proofs.
Yeah, with so much misinformation being actively waged by Vladimir Putin, it's hard.
For now, we once again.
What are you learning?
For now, as you can see, even in Zaporizhia, there is oftenly we heard a missile attack. So we must go to the shelters. Yeah. And,
is that that's the warning that you just heard, Nick? There was an announcement about.
No.
Okay.
It was the canceling of the missile attack warning, and all of the people from Mariupol are don't even moving on the messages like this, because we have had 2.5 weeks missile attacks without any warnings on so on. So it was each day, every day, in the any place of our city, any place, in the center of the city, in the schools, in the child yards, everywhere.
Ukrainian officials have said that several humanitarian corridors have opened. Do you know anything more about how many people have been able to get out of Mariupol and where they're going?
Look, as I know, for today, Mariupol was left something about 50,000 people. Of these 50,000 people, something about 30,000 goes to Zaporizhia. Another part of people are staying between the Mariupol and Zaporizhia because they don't have gas. They don't have gas and they can't move. So they are waiting to someone who give them a gas. I think that's all.
Well, Nick Osychenko, we appreciate you in even all that chaos coming on and talking to us about what you're experiencing, and we continue to think of you and your family and all of the people there for your safety.
A few words to people of your country. Can I?
Please.
You know, as I told you, from Mariupol was escaped by these days something about 50,000 people. Some people was escaped before, but for now, for today, in Mariupol, at least 350,000 civilians. From these civilians, something about 50 or 70, 100,000 of children. And I hope that all of the world and people of your country and people of other countries, your government and anybody can make anything to save these people from this town, because this town for 3 weeks at least, it's as a hell. It's the hell. It's only one word which I can say. Yeah. So then they don't have food, they don't have water, and they have anytime, every minute, shutting on the streets, artillery, missiles, mines, planes, helicopters. For today, 4 missiles was started from the ships. Yeah, so I think the city is killed, but I hope that we can save the people. Yeah.
Yeah, we hope so too. As you say, the conditions there, actual hell on earth. Nick Osychenko, thank you.